There is a movie on Netflix right now called Carry On, released a few days ago, and I just have to say right off the bat that this thing is awesome. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm not saying it's one of the best movies of the year, but oh man, this thing rocks so hard. Carry On, directed by Jaume Collet-Serra. I think I'm saying that right. The director of Black Adam, bad movie. Just a straight down the middle action thriller movie that is just it's so cheesy to say they don't make a movie like this anymore, but they kind of don't make movies like this anymore, at least ones that go into theaters. This is a straight to Netflix film, which is a real bummer because I think seeing this on a big screen would have been awesome. Nevertheless, it is on Netflix, and basic summary is Taron Egerton plays a TSA agent on Christmas Eve. And he is kind of not a nobody, but he's just an unmotivated, content person, we'll say, and we'll leave it at that. And Jason Bateman is playing a nameless villain, and Jason Bateman, awesome. He is basically forcing Taron Egerton to let a mysterious package go through TSA security and forcing him to do that. Danielle Deadwyler is in this movie, surprisingly enough. She plays a detective that is kind of on the case separately, and then eventually the two plots kind of come together. I can't stress how fun this movie feels. Jason Bateman as the villain is kind of unbelievable in it. You buy him as a villain pretty quickly, I'd say. I'm no Ozark person. I've only seen a couple episodes. I kind of fell off it. Not that I wasn't enjoying it, it just didn't really pique my interest. I've seen Breaking Bad before, and so I was just kind of like out on it pretty early. But nevertheless, he's awesome as playing a serious villain that is essentially just playing a middleman that is getting paid to do a job, basically, and is quite evil throughout the entire time, and mainly communicates with Taron Egerton through like a microphone. And they don't see each other for a while, or I should say Egerton doesn't know where Bateman is in the airport, and he kind of has to find him and figure out what's going on. He's being blackmailed to let this package go through TSA security, and it's so good. I've been saying about this movie, if this thing came out in 1991, we would have grown up watching this thing on cable every single year so many times. This is exactly the type of fun 90s cable classic that either doesn't get made anymore or doesn't get a theatrical release. And, this doesn't have a theatrical release. So I guess in a way I'm still right. But a movie like this needs to be appreciated and watched because we need more of this movie. Like, we can't keep having the same big blockbusters that let us down. We can't have the Kraven the Hunters or the insert superhero movie here. Like, we just need good, solid 7 out of 10 thrillers, and this is exactly one of them. I wish that this came out 15 years ago, 25 years ago, and that we would have been able to experience this in theaters. This budget, I don't think, is too big for this movie. It's well directed, well shot. The action is kept pretty minimal. Like, these are all average-ish people involved in this. And it's just so well put together. I think it looks like way better than it should for a Netflix kind of cheesy action movie. I think it's really well directed, really well lit. I think the screenplay is pretty good. Does this movie have any real weaknesses? Not really. Danielle Deadwyler, who obviously is a fantastic actress and gave one of the best performances of the year in The Piano Lesson that I've seen. Hey, go watch that review. She's kind of the weak point in the movie just because when she shows up about a third, halfway through the movie, give or take, her storyline kind of just takes away from the back and forth that Egerton and Bateman are having, and that immediately you're just kind of like, oh, well, I kind of miss those two guys. Like, let's go back to what they were doing. And you do kind of just have to spend time with Danielle Deadwyler as the detective that is solving kind of a separate case, and then it eventually comes together and it turns out she's also after Jason Bateman, more or less. So it's necessary. The Bateman and Egerton plot lines are amazing, and their back and forth banter is really, really good. But it can't carry a 2-hour movie. So, you know, the Deadweiler plot isn't necessarily filler, but it's definitely the weaker of the kind of two A plot, B plot until they all come together as one. And then it gets really good because then you have Edgerton and Deadweiler kind of playing off each other a lot. And those two, I mean, those are just two great actors. So you can't really go wrong there. This movie is amazing. I don't want to give away too much, honestly. I'd rather people just go watch it because I could not recommend this movie enough. I'm not saying it's going to win Best Picture. It's not going to make my top 10 for the year, but it's an awesome movie and it deserves to be watched. A movie like this gets shelved to streaming and ignored. And luckily, it seems like Netflix is pushing this movie a little bit and people are discovering it, but I just want more people to discover it and more people to watch this. So go watch Carry On. Put your phone away, grab a bowl of popcorn, act like you're in the movies 25 years ago, and this thing will hit like none other. It's a fantastic movie. I love it. It's just a blast. So I cannot recommend that you go see Carry On enough. Just focus on it for 2 hours and you won't regret it. It's such a blast. I can't say enough good things about it. Truly. I loved it so much. So that's all for this Carry On review. Again, I don't want to give away too much. I just want people to go see it, and I just wanted to make a video about it. Okay, goodbye. See you in the next review. Goodbye.